We want our food on the go. Have you ever wondered why international food chains like KFC and McDonald's were able to scale? Convenience.
Indeed. And today, of course, we're seeing Ugandans trying to take initiative in that particular space. And one of the commodities leading many into that area is the Rolex. Let's find out how.
The Rolex booth is a booth that serves high-end Rolexes. By high-end, I mean the hygiene, the ambience of the place. That's why I call them high-end. I always term them as if international Rolexes. We serve chicken Rolexes, we have beef Rolexes, we have vegetable Rolexes, and many more. We have a juice bar at a Rolex, so if you come and order for a Rolex, maybe you want a soft drink, or maybe you want a juice or a smoothie or a milkshake, depending on what you would want to accompany your Rolex with.
The Rolex booth opened in October 2019, and one of the things that we were looking at was the fact that Mbarara was gaining city status. We are looking at all the opportunities that come with city status. You have a highly urbanized area. You have more people coming in here to set up different businesses, more organizations and the sort.
I would say Rolex is a delicacy that is enjoyed from northern Uganda to southern Uganda, east to the west, everywhere. Actually, we sell it in one of the things you're always advised to explore and test every time you come to Uganda. So I wanted to give something nice, hygienic, that wouldn't upset your stomach, something that you would trust and eat with so much pride.
The whole idea to do with the Rolex booth was inspired by experiences that we got through travel. The people behind this idea have traveled to different parts of Uganda, and one of the foods that we noticed that cuts across all cultures, all regions is the Rolex. So we thought that an idea that could redefine the experience, and we tap into that corporate clientele. Somebody who's driving their car from office, they are working with an NGO, but they don't feel standing by the roadside is something that really rhymes with their social class. Somebody who wants to dine, sit down, experience the Rolex, have a chat with friends, and that's how the whole idea came in. And then we thought about what kind of clientele are we going to target. We're looking at the elite class. These are people who are working in corporate organizations, the young elites who have just finished school and they have gotten into entry jobs, but they want a more redefined experience of the Rolex. The usual Rolex that we experience is about eggs, nyanya mbisi, the raw tomatoes, and maybe the onions. That's what for most people know. But we wanted to do something that is more improved, and then we tap into that clientele of people who are maybe more exposed and they wanted something new. And then the concept of what are we going to really offer. We thought about what aspects are we going to offer, because for us we wanted to be known to be only a Rolex spot, nothing else. And that's how the whole idea came in, conceptualizing the location, conceptualizing the appeal of the place. You have seen it's a typically wooden concept. We don't have any permanent structures built using cement or bricks, because we wanted something that can have that touch that people feel is very unique compared to the usual restaurants where you go in and you have an indoor kind of arrangement and then you have the walls. So wanted to do something that gives that outdoor feel. You see the green touch around the entire place, which gives somebody that calmness to feel and experience the place in ways they have not seen before. When we thought about the idea, we thought when it comes to the Rolex, what aspects can we offer when it comes to the Rolex? We wanted to offer a vegetable Rolex for people who are not maybe, who don't want the meat. Wanted to offer something to do with beef Rolex and also the chicken Rolex. So in the earlier days before we opened officially, we tried out different recipes, and we had different individuals, friends that were calling out on a daily basis to test, and then they give us feedback. So from the different feedback that people were giving us, we were able to make improvements up to when we were convinced that we had something that is very final to be offered to the market. We now said, how do we now get the idea started? We had already come up with the idea of the location. Wanted a place which is very calm, where somebody can be able to park, they sit, and have that convenience that is away from maybe the busy part of the town.
Every business has a challenge. When you're starting, for example, this was something very new in such a town. So to win the hearts of people was very complicated. Everyone was complaining, are you sure this? You tell someone we serve Rolexes, they're like, why would I come here to buy a Rolex? But with time, people get to understand that you serve something very nice in a hygienic environment. They love the ambience of the place. They love the customer care. They love the engagement. So they always come and bring more people. So everyone who comes here and has a good experience refers you to some other person, just like every good business should do it for itself.
The heat is a bigger component of other services that are offered here. We have a washing bay. We have another kitchen that handles other clients who have preferences or tastes that are not necessarily a Rolex. Sustainability, we are looking at it in a number of ways. First of all, we are looking at the teams of people that we employ here. We are very careful about the people that we really employ here. We look out for people who are very passionate and they want really to grow with the business and they create impact. One of the innovations we came up with was to make sure that at the end of the day, we provide the deliveries. About 50% of our daily orders here are through deliveries. So people are able to call, they are able to make orders using different platforms, and we deliver to them real time.
Entrepreneurship is a very hard journey. It calls to understanding the uncertainty on that journey, to be able to switch your mindset to solving other problems at hand.
And the trick is flexibility. You need to be able to flow with the times, and that calls for a diversified skill set for an entrepreneur.
I'm Elizabeth Nayebade. I'm the PR, Sales and Marketing at Genex Computers Limited here in Barara. Just like you has talked about Genex, so I'm here to show you our other venture. As you know, business varies depending on different seasons. So Genex is an IT firm, but we chose not to put our eggs in one basket. We decided to have another venture that will support our IT company. So this is a saloon. It's called folllow. Yes, so I'll have the head of department this side to talk about the saloon and all the other details about it.
I'm by names of Mrs. Elizabeth Ainamazma, a manager at Liz Follow's Mbara City. We deal in bridal makeup, hairstyling, pedicure and manicure, hiring of bridal dresses, shoes, robes, and accessories. We started this business 2 years back. We started with bridal makeup through training, and then we went in a small room. Later, due to the demand of people, we changed to a bigger room, and we also added more services because of the demand of people, like the hiring of bridal dresses, shoes, and robes. We sustain our business through advertisements on social medias like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and we also do reinvest our products by buying the latest trending fashionable bridal dresses. We also do research on the makeup to give our customers the latest makeup face beats. We normally face challenges mostly in fields. Our customers normally get emotional by the service providers, and then they tend to cry, the makeup fades off, and then you find we are redoing, which is so hectic. We also find the challenges of expensive products. We normally have expensive products to buy, and then we tend to increase our budgets for the customers. So most of the times customers don't give us business because of the rise of the budgets. Our future plans, we are thinking of expanding our business through training of more makeup artists, and also expanding our business, adding more bridal gowns, because we are dealing with small like bridal robes and changing dresses.
Innovation is key for any business. Now, there are those with the skills to innovate and indeed have come up with items that can be traded. Now, the challenge is many young people in Uganda with the skills cannot make the leap into coming up with items that are tradable.
Our entrepreneur tonight leverages local materials to build computer hardware.
My name is Uding Joseph, head of department Genex Innovations. Genex is a department, but it entirely operates as a company. It has different departments within. I can first break them into categories. That is software and hardware. So basically, primarily, we're a hardware company, which mainly deals in product design, concept, and manufacturing. Genex comes up with, especially under the hardware department, we kind of have teams that sit down and do the design element from the start, see what products are in the market, or how good can we make our products to come out, or how fascinating they can be, comfortable, all those things, we add them into the technologies and the products we make. So it's always a teamwork thing. So you find the designers come up with a concept, we sketch it out, and then we have the operations where guys have to first build a small prototype, then we go to mass production where we collaborate with other places that have big machines and do mass production, like these sides of the university where they're heavy machines, and other companies like Yuri. Under hardware we have PCB design. Under PCB design we kind of customize PCB boards. Okay, we design them and print some of them here, but like in Uganda we print only a single layer board. Like if you are designing a 4-layer board, you print them of course from China, but you can make the designs in Uganda. So that's what we do here. And then we customize these boards, we add more functionalities to them, then we come up with a new product. Like the bath of our wooden PCs, all those are designed within here, adding in the element of 3D design and also 3D printing. The PCs we make here are, first of all, we wanted to play around with shapes. We all grew up knowing desktops are shaped like this and that, but we kind of changed on the geometry. We play around with shapes. Another thing, we also upgrade the boards inside, giving them good storage, kind of upgrade them also on speed, processor speed. So all those kinds of upgrades come within those PCs. We try to summarize the whole desktop or the work area the person has. This thing of cables being here all there, it's a thing we try to kind of eliminate. But we have also ours, which is kind of custom based, built under Linux, and it's also having its own unique features if you really need that for more safety measures. For example, from cyber security issues, we kind of come up with that custom-made OS, which is also from our software side, and it's still under more development. But you can install in any other operating system and use as any ordinary PC. Materials, actually we have, honestly, we have most of the materials in the country. Some of them are shipped. For example, because we do not design PCBs here. That's the first thing. Produce or manufacture PCBs. If they're there, it's maybe only single layer PCBs, like Yatiri and other places. But most of the materials are here, like wood. It's wood which is finished. Some of the stuffs are mostly processed within, and then we do a lot of reverse engineering because there's kind of a lot of chunk of electronics here in Africa, especially because we import a lot. So there's a lot of reverse engineering also done because components are picked from other things and all put in place. If you try to see in Uganda, 85% of businesses in Uganda mainly deal in sales and importation of products. A few of them do manufacturing and design. Manufacturing is a very unique concept, and it's very valuable for every economy of any country to grow, because at the end of the day, when you design products, you have a chance of exporting them. But if you're to compete in that world, you have to make your product extremely unique from what is already there.
Well, we've come to the end of this week's edition of Money and Markets. It's always a pleasure spending time with you.
And as usual, we like to keep the conversation going. So give us a visit on our online platforms. We like to keep that discussion going. Businesses are going concern. As we do that though, we'd like to wish you a very good and happy Easter break.